So when you're awake, every single event becomes your opportunity to observe yourself. And you don't have to sit for hours and meditate in one pose unless you really want to. I personally don't believe that we're here just to sit for hours, because there are a lot of things to do, more interesting. Well, anyways, in my case, I never resonated with that, and so my life became my meditation. Once I surrendered to my higher self, my life became my meditation, everything. And if you're conscious, if you really realize yourself, if you're aware of your being, then you can observe every single thing that you do, whether it's just, well, everything. Communication with someone, masturbation, having sex, sitting on the toilet, walking on the street, sitting on the bench, thinking of something, and that shows it all. And if you're honest with yourself 100%, you will find everything inside. I just guarantee that. And it's a great practice when you dance or sing, and you just observe it, how energy flows in you when you dance. Do you have awkward moves? Do you have moves that you're ashamed of, or you're afraid of, or feel guilt about? Do you have some thoughts that, oh, how they would see me right now if I move like this? What if I turn around? What if I turn this way to this way? That shows hidden fears and displays how much you still do not love yourself. When you sing, what's going on with your voice? Are you afraid of singing out loud? Do you think of neighbors who will hear that? Or people out on the street? Anything like this? Or you're just completely dissolved in a moment? What's going on with your voice when you speak? Do you enjoy every single sound that your mouth makes, or you feel like you wouldn't speak at all? Do you enjoy the sound of your voice? Do you enjoy yourself? Do you enjoy your personality, this body? Do you love your body? Do you respect your body? We all want to, alright, not all of us, but a lot of people, they want to interact with others. And how you would interact with someone if you don't know who you are? That makes no sense at all. But if you really know who you are, and that can be gained by honesty and getting acquainted with yourself, by unconditional love, by liberating yourself from shame, guilt, and fear. If you really do this, you will be able to know yourself. And then if two or more creatures like that interact, that's just amazing. That's the way it's supposed to be. When you're centered and you interact with centered people, centered creatures, that's awesome. The point is, if you are centered, or you want to be centered, and you intend to be centered, and someone doesn't want that, you won't be able to go that far with this person. But if both people really want to be centered, or already centered, or intend to be centered, they will be fine, because they are not interested anymore in this manipulative games, tricks, and shit that people usually do. And so they just go inside. And if someone is saying something and the other person feels irritation, the second person doesn't blame the first one. The second person just say, okay, just wait a minute, hold on, I just feel something. You reflected me something. I have to go inside and just see what's that. And we'll talk about that later. So this person just dives deep, finds the reason, because this person is honest, and so after a while, they just talk again and express it all, discuss it all. That's the way it should be, because I know a lot of people, they even cannot speak to each other. They just simply afraid of saying a word to each other, because they are afraid that if they say something, the other side will take it, in a weird way. They just remain silent, or they just, carefully speak, That's not the solution, at least for me. I think we have to be free. Only in this case we'll be able to love ourselves free, without these ideas of owning this person. This really good book that I found, it is called Year of 2150. Well, 2150. Amazing. And I'm just on a 40 page for now, but I should say that I read a lot of my own thoughts there. It's inevitable, because once we just realize something, we just meet it out there. Because once you realize something, you understand that others who also realize this, they just have come to the exact same place where you are now. Because inside is everything. There is nothing outside, unless you cannot dive deep enough, you won't find anything outside, but the same thing. So everything will be just automatical. But if you really dive deep, then you understand that outer world is just a reflection, and so you just go there if you want to, and you interact, and you just feel. Even if you're just silently sitting on a bench, you interact with the world, and you just observe yourself. You see, well, for example, now someone was screaming, just a little bit, like children out there, or people passing by, behind, below the window. Well, you can hear that noise, and I'm observing right now. So these thoughts, like, oh my gosh, I'm just making a video and someone is screaming. I have to stop it. I have to shut the window. I have to re-record it. You see? That's how it goes. Everything will display your hidden fears, doubts, hesitations, and conditions that you put yourself in order to love yourself. Be free, be you, and peace in equals peace out. Remember that.